Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3 and our Axis Italy campaign with the HPP mod on very hard. What's up, everyone? For us, the problems are still largely the same. Difficult situation in East Africa, although right now we are on a counterattack to slow the enemy down. We're being pushed in the very south of the front. Persia is looking good. We have a chance to encircle some enemies, smaller encirclement here, about 3 divisions. Then hopefully a larger one against the Soviet border, maybe, if we're lucky. Also dealing with some supply issues here. The supply depot is Bebehan, but we don't have, or now we do have a, we have convoys here, but I don't think it's supply convoys. We'll probably have to take care of that quickly. See. Yeah, we do have a, I think that was the last thing we did on the last stream, setting up a supply convoy to Bebehan. Now that's Persia. We have to be careful about not overstretching, because now we're of course down to just 1 division per province in some provinces. In other provinces it's a bit more, but probably after defeating this little pocket here in Western Iraq, we'll have at least about 4 more divisions that we can deploy towards the north and the east. Then for the Russian theater, the Eastern Front, we have only very few divisions fighting. I believe a total of 9 divisions. More than I thought. Yep, 3 infantry divisions, 2 motorized divisions and some armor. We are making progress, of course, towards Kryvyi. We're now only 100 kilometers from this South Ukrainian industrial center. It would be quite helpful if we could take control of these of this industrial heartland here. Take this IC out of the Soviets' hands. The situation is bleak in the Metropolitan Theater, although we're not directly threatened. We only have very few divisions at home, so literally no flexibility whatsoever. Let's unpause the game to take care of some of the issues that sometimes appear here in the top bar. Being attacked by 4 South African infantry divisions in the port city. We can easily defend, especially if we cancel the attack. Because it's very difficult to attack into this terrain, especially across the river. This should not be a problem at all. We need to be paying attention, of course, to Persia. This is where we can really make a difference now. Hungary extends the draft. And we also should pay attention to the eastern front, of course. The light carrier will soon be launched and commissioned. We can't really deploy it yet because we don't have the necessary carrier group. So it will stay in port for a while. Looking forward to these infantry regiments. Finishing training to reinforce some of my infantry divisions. Have a squadron of heavy fighters. Which we will briefly deploy to Eastern Africa. And here I wanted to create an extra core for some more flexibility. And it will be named Third Corps of the Near East. And I wanted to do the same thing in some other cores where I have a lot of divisions to manage simultaneously. Okay. And I think I wanted to do the same thing as well in Central East Africa. Yeah, we have two cores here that are quite big. Okay, so that's the first one. We'll name it Third Corps, the Italian Army in East. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll split 4 as well. Four has 4 divisions under its command, two of which are here, 2 of which are here. Or we will not do that, but just switch 1 division over. See if we can switch out the division commander here. Or someone with more offensive skills. It seems that we only have one anyway. But we can go through some garrison troops. And free commanders from there. Now we should also bring these infantry regiments into the fight again. Probably start training some garrison troops, militia mostly, that we can use to protect ports, and then we can redeploy infantry regiments to actual fronts where they are better deployed, generate more value. Okay. I should probably start deploying these HQs that I formed away from front line. We'll have to go on the retreat temporarily in Central and Eastern Africa. Now we have heavy fighters in the area. Some ground attacks to take a toll on our light bombers. Eastern Front. We are running low supplies. The Eastern Front as well. Only in this one province though, maybe is due to the fighting, damaged infrastructure. No, really. Well, this infrastructure is damaged here, but over here it's fine. Here it's highly damaged. Alexandrivka seems to be the worst case right now. And we have improved offensive support weapons for infantry. Of this, we're still suffering from a constant erosion of our manpower. I don't see what I can do about it immediately. Now I have the choice. I can either... I'm also struggling, of course, in all the other raw materials that I need. I could go for more better coal processing. I don't think we should research. Because it's ahead of time and it'll take forever. Research. Doesn't say how much additional energy we're producing thanks to technology, but I imagine it can't be too much because we're pretty low here. We are behind in a lot of technologies, particularly destroyers or escorts other than cruisers, submarines and destroyers. Capitals, we are okay, especially since we're not building battleships right now. Our bombers are behind, our fighters are more or less up to date. Wouldn't hurt picking up these doctrines. I think we need to go for the industrial tech at this point. Okay, the Battle of Mosul is won. Pretty soon we should be able to dissolve the pocket. We're about to capture South Ardabil. OCB 84, good evening. How goes the war? Yeah, Persia is going well. We're about to finish an encirclement in Mosul. We're about to capture South Ardabil on the Soviet border, or the new Soviet border. And this would create another encirclement in the north of Persia, which would take out quite a number of allied troops if we can clear it, which would significantly improve troop density on the rest of the front. It would probably spell the end of Persia as an allied member. Yeah, so that's going well. In the Soviet Union, we're making some small progress towards the Ukrainian heartland, industrial center. But I don't want to jinx it, so there's still a lot to be done. Especially since some of our troops are out of supplies. I'm not sure how well this will continue, but so far it's not looking terrible. In Eastern Africa, we are on the retreat. I've formed a few new headquarters in order to have more granularity for my leadership, but I think overall we have to pull back a little bit. At the moment we cannot sustain this front line south of Mozambique here, or south of Dar es Salaam at least, the port city here. And well, the main problem is we don't really have any reserves that we can commit anywhere, because the metropolitan theater is pretty much out of troops. We have, of course, a few garrison divisions, some militia, some infantry, but no real force pool that we can fall back on to reinforce any theaters right now. Yes, in that sense, the tide has not started to turn yet. I don't know whether we're just getting a break before the storm, or I don't know, I don't think the Soviet Union is about to collapse, but I'm pretty sure we have inflicted heavy damage on the United Kingdom itself. We're depriving some of its port, we're depriving it from a lot of oil, or pretty much all the oil out of the Middle East. We are heavily working on the supply line across the Indian Ocean. We have about 6 or 7 submarine flotillas deployed in the Indian Ocean, harassing Allied trade. We even have at least I thought we had submarines in the Atlantic Ocean. I might have called them back. I'm not sure what happened here. Going to have to spend some time investigating what's going on with my submarines. I think I called them back and deployed them elsewhere. But I'm pretty sure the British are suffering a lot of damage, maybe not directly militarily, but in terms of lost trade, lost convoys. That's a lot of IC that goes bust. Yeah, we are close to South Africa somewhat, but the terrain is pretty tough here to get through. First there is a river crossing, and I've tried to attack here into this forest, but I can only attack out of one province, out of Mbeya. I've tried to cross the river here in the north. That didn't work. And I've tried to push into Belgian Congo. And the terrain is tough because we're fighting in jungle. And also with very low infrastructure. It would have been great to be able to take out the Belgians out of the war by capturing their one remaining colony, but I only have 3 divisions here and they are struggling mightily with supply issues, bad infrastructure and bad terrain. And even though my infantry regiments do have jungle warfare training, it's called jungle warfare equipment, I haven't felt that this really changed anything, so I think for the moment this is unrealistic, so we'll try to conserve troops and retreat temporarily further north, maybe slow the enemy down, wear them down, and then see if we can decide the Persian theater for us. This could free some troops. We do have a strong fleet presence. We actually raided Diego Garcia at one point, maybe destroyed a few, 1 or 2 light cruisers in port in Diego Garcia. With carrier air groups, we struck the naval base here. We basically control the Indian Ocean for the most part. So that's good. I don't want to give that up, but basically I don't need the East African coast for this. I can do this from out of the Mediterranean, out of the Red Sea. If need be, I could retreat pretty far. I don't want to. I'm going to do it only very slowly and inflict a lot of casualties on the enemy as much as possible. But this gives me some room to maneuver, and I think this is the theater where I can, you know, spare the most, I economize the most, because to actually make real gains from this campaign, it would still be a pretty tough campaign. I would have to invest a lot more. Maybe I would need an additional landing further south. But even that I can't do at the moment because I literally have every division committed that I have. My naval infantry is in Persia. I don't really have the reserves to move them out, although I would love to. use them elsewhere. But I really don't have any options. And Persia, I think, is more... my chances for success are bigger. But that's why, for the moment, I'm focusing on Persia. I'm focusing with what I can on the Eastern Front. Yes, if Germany cracks, if Germany is unable to keep the pressure up, then things will change significantly. That's going to be a very big problem. And this might happen, I don't know. Germany does have divisions further north. Finland is in the, not in the Axis, but it's in a military alliance with Germany. We're all fighting on the same side basically, but there's even, it looks like the Romanians are making some progress on behalf of Finland, taking some of the Soviet territory back, Soviet occupied Norway. I don't know. It's in the center. Germany is pretty much in a stalemate with the Soviet Union. There's very little progress, if any. Only in the south here we have managed to take about, say we started out about here on this line, so roughly 90 to 120 kilometers between the river, the Dniester, and this one is, I looked it up, it's a short name with I, but I don't remember now. But anyway, between these two rivers we managed to recapture some territory. Mind you, we already controlled at one point the Dniester basin here. Sorry, not Dniester, Dnieper. This is the Dnieper River. We already controlled it at one point when Italy landed in the Crimean Peninsula. Yeah, anyway. Hopefully we can take it back. That's basically the goal of the summer offensive on the Eastern Front. Yeah, maybe that's true. I actually didn't think of that. I think there are resources to be captured. Yeah, metal and energy. Rares and energy. Luckily we captured some resources here as well, but I'm not sure to what extent the Germans are able to extract it. A very high revolt risk. Okay, Germany still has coal storing problems, so actually it should not be. I think I can, the problem is I can get coal from Germany. That's not the problem, but I have to pay for it, and I don't have a lot of money. Germany at this point is unwilling to allow that for Italy, so I have to pay all the resources dearly that I'm getting. And can't really afford it. But here we are attacking together with Germans and Hungarians. 3 remaining Soviet divisions are defending in Dolinska. Looks like we'll be able to keep up our push. Persia, the supply situation is improving as our are getting supplies in through the port that we captured. the enemy cancels the attack on Tabora. Attacked with almost twice the troops. Luckily, this gives me some more time to move in additional defenses. Novdolinska is 1. I think we need to ahead with our troops. The Allies take up their attack again. Only a short tactical break apparently. Okay, our fast forces have arrived in Dolinska. We're now on the outskirts of Riviri. See if we can keep the push up. Clear the city. I don't think we can. Nope, there are 5 divisions defending the city. Cancel that for now. We'll try to get more access to the city by capturing additional provinces. Six infantry divisions defending Pashtonka. There is an immediate counterattack on Dolinska. Worked too well. Depending on how fast we're able to get our own reinforcements in. Very little Axis support here, 1 infantry division from Germany and 1 Romanian infantry division supports. Second Tabora is cancelled once more, giving us slightly more time to move in troops. Have you planned for the new front in the south when you get a shared border with the USSR? I assume you talk about northern Persia. No, I'm flying attacks on South Russia and the Baku area. I'm trying to destroy some industrial assets for the Soviet Union there with my medium bombers. There are some divisions here. I think there are about 3 divisions in the area of Baku. But the main goal is primarily to to flip Persia, make Persia an Axis puppet. Once that goal is reached, I'll think about what... India is also important. Problem with India is UK gets huge benefits from having India as a colony. Eventually flipping India will be important. But you're right, of course, there are important considerations with regards to the Soviet Union occupying some oil fields. Caucasus as a defensive line could be interesting. My main problem is I don't have troops, and my manpower is dwindling as we speak. I'm losing manpower, so I don't know exactly how to do all of these things. I would need my allies to be more effective in the north. I don't know. The immediate goal is to flip Persia, and then the rest I'll have to see when I get there. But it's a very good question. Okay, we finally lose the battle for Tabora. They are driving 2nd Light Armor Division out. I think I'll probably be able to capture or to re-secure the province with 24th Division before the enemy can make it across the river. But we're kind of running low on time. I'll start to retreat some of these divisions. I don't want to run out of time. And then at the same time was a small Nepalese-led counterattack in Ardabil. Negros HQ is quite close to the front line. I'll pull it back slightly. We're sinking an enemy transport in the Indian Ocean, while our own transports are getting sunk in the Western and Central Pacific. Some ground attacks on our troops south of Tehran. So here we have a core HQ that's quite close to the front. Well, should I keep up the pressure? Probably. Okay, 7th Corps will attack south of Iran. Will be supported by 3rd Corps. Battle is won Here, 2 divisions are being driven back. 1st Fast Division and 3rd Light Armor Division are defending Dolinska, which we just captured a few days ago. Hopefully, Romanian reinforcements will clear this. Switch out some commanders. Particularly on the core level, it seems better maybe. Okay, I think we'll capture province fairly quickly. I'm going to redeploy the mountain infantry to the central part of the front. Question is, should I counterattack into Novi Bu? I need the Romanians and Hungarians to step up. This is a German armor division, but more or less out of manpower. We're starting to see a lot of regiments that are lacking manpower. If we check here, for example, those are all German regiments. This could be an indicator that Germany is running low on manpower as well. Would be a very bad sign. Let's fly some more attack runs on the Soviet area. Wait, cancels the trade deal. Okay, we're seeing mostly infantry deployed along the border. Battle of Ulm is won. Shorten the front, move up to Tehran itself, the former capital city, current capital city actually. I don't know if they have moved their headquarters away yet. I will be driven back, I don't know. That the Hungarian and Romanian infantry will make a difference. Doesn't matter, we have to keep the Soviets on their toes. It looks like Talafar will be cleared as well, mostly by Ethiopians. Some reason Erdebil has not been captured. I'm going to commit 2 divisions to capturing Erdebil, linking up with the Soviet border and cutting off the enemy in the north. Okay, now a lot more allied units are in the province, but I think it's too late. We were ripping them in rather than moving all together. Okay, Mbeya has fallen. And we're getting attacked immediately. We're also getting attacked in Kostermansville. Bad, because I'm trying to retreat. Roy, good evening. What does HPP change? HPP changes a lot of things, and HPP itself has changed a lot over the years. But off the top of my head, it changes technologies a lot. All these tabs are different from vanilla. It changes the brigades and regiments that you can build. For example, with HPP you don't have to decide whether you want your infantry division with anti-air or anti-tank. You can have both, which is 1,000,000% more realistic than vanilla. So, because there was no division of any country really, I would say, that didn't have, well, I guess some countries didn't have dedicated anti-tank, but no country was really like it's not realistic to be forced to have either anti-tank or anti-air in your support units. Makes sense to be able to have both, and in HPP you can do that. I think HPP changes, a lot changes on the map, resources, and there is actually an ongoing change right now. One of the members of the Paradox Forum is working on an updated map. He's researching real locations of resources and rare materials during the 1930s and 40s. This will be updated. He's also doing some modeling so that the amounts be more or less realistic and fair between the countries. Manpower has been changed. And something else that has been changed is leadership. In HPP, leadership is not tied to manpower as in vanilla, but leadership is tied to the international status of your country. And the international status of your country depends on how much IC you have. So, for example, right now, Italy, I'm playing, is considered a major industrial power. That's my current international status, and I could upgrade that to great industrial power if my total IC was to be 200. So if I can get it up to 200, then I can change my status to great industrial power, and I'll get an additional 2 points of leadership. So that's one of the changes that you can immediately see. I think some changes were made to the orders of battle, to the terrain maybe, but all of those things are still subject to change. Okay, Western Iraq has been cleared. Which means start redeploying troops. That's immediately 3 divisions that I can make available. Not quite sure. I need these assault battalions in Persia. Maybe they would be more useful to assault Soviet cities. HPP is a very good mod, but I prefer Black Ice. Yeah, of course, Black Ice is also a very interesting mod. And there's a lot of work put into Black Ice as well. The good thing is the mod teams cooperate, and Black Ice is able to use things from HPP, and HPP would be able to use things from Black Ice. But they have different goals, and I'm happy that there are mods for each taste. We still have problems with the raw materials procuration, so I'm gonna see if I can maybe fix some of those problems. Germany is still unwilling to allow that. We have better relations with Iraq, and we can buy a lot more energy cheaply from Iraq than from Germany, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, sometimes HPP is very stable. I'm surprised, but I did have times where it crashed, but this might be unrelated to HPP, I'm not sure. I think for some people it works well, for some people it doesn't. Sometimes you have people on the forums asking about stability issues. It depends, I guess. First and second Marine Brigades have arrived in Bebehan. We would now be able to transport them out. That's basically the main reason why I transferred them. We could instead transfer in 21st Division. I think we should do that. Free some Marine infantry. Cruiser squadron sailing in Alexandria. This is actually the rest of our Navy is sitting in port mostly. Not terribly useful. Going some submarines to see where the Allies have changed their convoy routes to. Not sure what to do with the rest. Could move into the Persian Gulf, see if we can deliver some air support. Although we actually have a positive fuel balance for the first time in a long time. Maybe that is due to our fleet not moving too much. Let's see what happens if we move into the Persian Gulf. If you run beyond speed 3 when at war in black ice, you will crash every day. I didn't know that. I guess I've tried it, but with a large country like Germany, Japan or Italy or the Soviet Union, anything beyond speed 3 is very hard to manage when you're at war. Okay, here we have been pushed back again. Might be the end of the small success here. The seeing the many manpower starved regiments. I might be Hungary as well. It's running low on manpower. Battle of one. Let's see if we can capture the province. Still not controlling Ardabil. I think we need to pin British. We're having successes here east of Madagascar. The light carrier commissioned. We'll use the freed production for escorts. And I was thinking militia regiments maybe 2 at a time. To relieve some of the infantry regiments that would be more useful on a real front. I will initiate the retreat of these divisions myself so I can control which way they are running. The 4th Division has moved in but is unable to defend all by itself. Gain 500 energy from all donations from our population. Good. Keep us afloat for a bit longer. What's the problem here with these divisions? We're running low on supplies along the front line. We do have aerial transport. That's good that you're enjoying Black Ice with more stable release recently. Good to hear. Annoying if you can't enjoy a game that's actually good because of the crashes. Okay, Karma is lost. We have to start paying attention now that we're not getting overrun here. And bomber pilots have better training now. Let's improve the training of our carrier air groups. Won't be able to hold on for very long. Maybe I should concentrate all my bombs. Somehow it seems I can't cut off the north of Persia. Attack has been cancelled. It's basically a lack of supplies. Wait, what? My HQ has been shattered. Oh. Where's this province you're talking about? I don't know, maybe due to the lack of supplies. You know what? I'm going to pick it up with my transports and ship it into southern Iraq. Actually, I can base my ships in that port. We're flying attacks on Baku. Growing oil production and industrial. Resources. Sometimes we're also bombarding enemy infantry. Going to cancel those missions and use them to support the attack. Romania negotiates with investors. Actually, my carriers, they should probably fly air superiority missions. Seems that the British bombers are causing me trouble. The next province is about to fall. And 24th Division is retreating in the wrong direction. Yep, Bora is about to fall as well. Our offensive on the Eastern Front. To revisit what I did here, yeah, it came pretty much to a halt. My divisions are reorganizing very slowly because we're still suffering from supply problems. Maybe we can capture a province. Okay, let's see if we can keep the pressure up here at least. The 19th Division still hasn't made it back into Costermansville. At least we're holding off the British bombers somewhat. And infantry regiments are about to finish training. Some small cracks are starting to show now. Retreat in Africa, stalemate in USSR, and slow but steady gains in Persia. Yes, that's pretty much my situation. USSR is extremely tedious to fight. With just 9 divisions, I just don't have a lot of units to work with. Eventually would capture Mykolaiv. And is actually pretty hard to finally capture. I thought we already had it. Does not seem to be the case. And all our resource stockpiles are falling as well. In Hearts of Iron 3, I look forward to the USSR battles. I actually enjoy struggling In the east, it's harder to stop a retreat than it is to attack. I enjoy the battle micromanagement as well. It is an interesting challenge for me. Yeah, and the retreat is more difficult than an attack. I agree with that as well. Which is a sign that it's a fairly good simulation from real-world tactical training that I've had. I've been taught the same thing, that retreat and wearing down the enemy, slowing the enemy down, those are the hardest types of operations. Attacks are fairly simple, and simple defense is also simple, but retreat, giving up territory for time, that's a very difficult topic. I'm going to have to stop the intercept missions here. Reserve my carrier air groups. By the way, what happened to the bombers here? We can attack this province. Why does it offer port strike? Here there is no port. Unless they're talking about ports on Lake Nyasa. On ground attack. Or maybe interdiction. Okay, finally. All arrived here. Of Ardabil is won once more. Let's see if we can now capture it and cut off allies. Having some success further south. The mountain infantry has also arrived here. Jerusalem is successfully defended. We have 3 infantry regiments for deployment. Where should they go? The infantry divisions in Soviet Union all have 3 regiments now. In East Africa, only 1 division has 3 regiments. In Persia, only a minority of divisions have 3 regiments as well. I would say 2 regiments go to Persia and 1 regiment goes to East Africa. Or we could just form an entire new division. We do have spare motorized artillery. We bring it to Persia and ship a 2-regiment division to East Africa. The sort of trade between theaters. Where HQ is redeployed further south. Core HQ down to 18 people out of 650 personnel that it should have. There are pretty dire numbers to read. Yes, the map in Hearts of Iron 3 is very good compared to Hearts of Iron 4. And 2, yeah, you're right, I never thought about that, but actually 2 doesn't have a great map either. But 4 is horrible from what I've seen. Never played it myself. Here, I don't know if we eventually will capture It says we've won the battle, we've driven back the enemy, maybe the efforts of our air force are helping. But I cancelled it. Apparently I didn't. A counterattack is taking place. Rock. Like we're actually capturing Dobre. Which means we can try and attack Mykolaiv. See if our allies in the Axis are smart enough to hold the front in the north. We can capture this port and finally take control of the entire riverbed here. We're producing a lot of supplies. Let's see if we can sell supplies, make some money. Which we then can invest into coal, oil maybe. For some reason this doesn't work, even though it says very likely. Only if both parties have the free resource gifts. Well, could we trade resources for resources? Okay. First let's actually not sell this to Arabia, we'll just buy oil. And we'll sell. First we need to train more diplomats. actually have spare spots. We only have spies in the United Kingdom and no other country at this point. Anyway, let's try some diplomats and then later do some more trading. Going to have to make sure that I don't have a gap here in my front further south. Leftover is one. Mykolaiv is surrounded at least on 2 sides, on 3 sides, actually. Now maybe we can capture Mykolaiv. It looks like the Soviets are retreating, however. And we're getting more icy from Germany as part of Lend-Lease. Forceful counterattack on Iraq. I have a spare division somewhere area. Mountain infantry. Very task force doctrine improved. Would love to get better destroyers. Like the Soviets give up Mykolaiv. Let's swoop in and capture the port as fast as we can. Finally, our transports entering the Persian Gulf. We're fighting on the Turkish border. It looks like we'll soon be able to cut off our enemies. Okay, we have a few more diplomats available. Let's try to sell some more supplies. Okay, wonderful. 21st Infantry Division has arrived. Libyhon means we can now load 1st and 2nd Marine Brigade. I think immediately they will go to Aden. And probably one of those divisions will go to Ethiopia. Not Ethiopia, but Mozambique. Just to help out. Initially. Okay, we're making a lot of money. with selling supplies. Let's see if we can convert this into stabilizing our stockpiles. Okay, Mykolaiv is secured for the Axis. Soviet bases on the Black Sea. We could buy coal from Turkey. Not metal, not rares. Buy fuel directly, but fuel is very expensive. Let's get some coal. Romania is unwilling to sell coal, metal. We're willing to sell oil, however. Are unwilling to give up teams yet. Okay, now we have positive change to the oil stockpile. Might still be making a profit. Okay. At one point we should be able to take with new divisions arriving. Good. Of course we took out 2 marine brigades, but they will go elsewhere, and there is an additional division moving into Persia. Yeah, Mykolaiv definitely under Axis control now. Only 1 additional German motorized infantry division just east of Mykolaiv. Then we have a bunch of Romanian and Hungarian infantry divisions. A bit further north. Still, we don't have exactly crazy reserves here to push very aggressively. I think we'll let the divisions reorganize first before we think about a new attack. Like a major attack. We'll switch the fast corps back north. Messed something up. That's better. Now 6th Army has some armor as well. Kharkov by Christmas. Kharkov is... yeah, it's on the very eastern end of the Sea of Azov. The Don River. It is mid-May right now. Capture some American spies. Kharkov by Christmas, yeah. I don't know. This pace, maybe. Maybe if everything goes well, but we don't really have any room for mistakes. They a crazy amount of money. Where do we have the largest deficit? With rares we don't. We have some time still. Let's try to turn around energy. Seems to be the most pressing issue. I don't like to trade overseas so much if I don't have to. Persian Gulf, Indian Ocean, Red Sea is okay because I control those waters. Oman doesn't exist anymore, I took it out. Wait, what? Ah, ooh. So this was the French state that was at war with the Axis, but it's the French Republic. We just had a heart attack moment. Denmark. Trade with those. And trade with Croatia. It's a and trade. By Yemen. A lot of overseas country that probably would be willing to trade. About the Spanish state. Let's try those. Kuwait accepts 4. And Yemen accepts 15. Put us in the positive. No, that's Rostov. Kharkov is a tile northeast of the Dnieper. Oh, here, yeah, you're right. That's Rostov. I'm not sure. Germany is still on the outskirts of Bryansk, but not quite taking it. Just a lot of back and forth. What about the north? It's just back and forth. I think the good thing is Leningrad is taken. That's good. There is quite a bit of room here. I don't like these depleted regiments in some provinces. Doesn't look good at all. Have a little faith, baby, yeah. Try. So many divisions. I think if the AI would manage its divisions and fronts and corps half as diligently as I tried to, I'm not saying I'm not making mistakes, then things would already be better, but If I were to tag over to Germany, you could see that the AI has divisions up here that belong to HQs down here in the south. There are no leadership benefits transfer between the units. But sometimes it garrisons ports with naval infantry or with paratroopers instead of trying to use them on the front line or for important strategic objectives. It likes to put armor into forests and mountains, motorized infantry into marsh. You can see at one point it was moving a medium armor division into the forests here, but I think came back and it's still here. Light armor in marsh. Yeah, this is all difficult. Like the Soviets are punching a hole here, but they don't seem to have the divisions to exploit the breakthrough. Yeah, we have to be careful about our allies. Very careful. At least some of my divisions are fully organized in this set. Okay, Karma has been captured by the enemy in Mozambique. Bigoma has been given up. His 4th division here is not organized enough. Don't know what happens when 1st division arrives. And they counterattack on... Is it Pashchanka? Volinska is already under attack. Hopefully Romania swoops in to save the day. Let's try a counterattack here. Okay, Soviets cancel their attack. In this case, we will counterattack Vybuch to buy more time for Dolinska. We'll fly bomb runs on the Linska for 3 days. Aggressively. See, Thailand's are giving up Central Congo. Let's check in on China and Japan. We haven't done so in a long time. Only Japan seems to be controlling some territory in northern Vietnam, which at one point was completely under Allied control. But the bridgehead has shrunk considerably out of the Hainan Peninsula. At one point Japan controlled all the territory up to the Pearl River. Possibly to Nanning, I'm not sure. There was a very large bridgehead that Japan controlled. And of course it gave up a lot of territory in central China. All of this was under Japanese control. I remember that at one point Japanese troops have even crossed this river. Unfortunately I can't tell from this game's map which one it is. Try to look it up quickly. Just north of Chongqing. This should probably be Google is unable to tell me. I thought that Google by now would have all these major rivers. Okay, anyway. Japan was across this river. Also was here inside Shibei Sanma territory. It's now largely on the retreat. They have small fleets all along its coast. Nothing major though. There's a large fleet on Marcus Islands. 2 battle cruisers, 9 battleships, 6 carriers, 14 destroyer flotillas, 3 light carriers, 6 heavy and 5 light cruisers. For some reason it insists on keeping these damaged units in a small port that it can only repair 11.85 units a day. Base is 45 units here, when it does have perfectly good naval bases on the mainland. I have no idea what the logic is here. That's AI. Did lose some territory to Australians, Americans. It still does have bases in the Pacific. My main problem, and I'm not sure it's an HPP problem because I don't even remember how it used to be in Manila, but I've never seen Japan successfully control Southeast Asia. That only happens if I play Japan as a human player. But the AI is completely unable to seize the Philippines, Malaysia, the Dutch East Indies, like Japan did in reality. AI Japan is completely overwhelmed with fighting in mainland China, as well as in the Dutch East Indies. Just doesn't happen. Sometimes it's interesting to look at statistics. Allied army composition. So here you can see Germany, as the only member of the Axis, has 50 medium armor regiments. In terms of mountain infantry, Germany has 35 mountain infantry regiments, Japan has 12, Italy has 10, Romania has 9, Republic of China Nanjing still has 6, Ethiopia has 3, Hungary has 3. Cavalry, we transformed all cavalry into motorized infantry, so Italy doesn't have any. Japan still has 28 regiments of cavalry. Republic of China Nanjing has 20, Romania has 18, Germany has 17 active regiments, and Hungary has 3. Like Serbia, Menjiang has 1. Assault battalions, Germany has 7, Italy has 6, Japan has 3, Hungary has 1. Garrison regiments, Germany 87, Japan 48, Romania 33, Suko 18, Republic of China Nanjing 13, Hungary 12, Iraq 6, Slovakia 6, Croatia 3, and Serbia 3. Heavy armor, only Germany has any. That's 4 battalions of heavy armor. Horse-towed support brigades, 112 for Germany, 41 for Romania, 33 for Italy, 23 for Japan, 16 for Hungary, 8 for China, the Axis China, 5 for Slovakia, 2 for Croatia, and 1 for Menjiang. Ethiopia, which is doing a very brave job, mainly in Persia. For some reason it's not interested in fighting with us in Africa. Ethiopia, here we can see it has a lot of infantry and 42 militia regiments, total of 58 regiments. Infantry, of course, Germany again takes the lead with 317, Japan with 107, Romania has more than Italy with 115, Republic of China Nanjing 110 still, and then only on 5th place we have Italy with 72 regiments of infantry. Light armor, Germany again the lead with 14, Italy with 6, Hungary 5, Japan 2, Romania 2, Iraq 1. Naval infantry, Japan has 21 regiments, Germany has 12, Italy 4, Croatia 3, Slovakia 3. Slovakia has naval infantry. Interesting. Mechanized infantry, Germany has 1 regiment and Italy has 1 regiment. I planned to convert more motorized infantry to mechanized infantry, but wasn't able to free any divisions and deploy them back to Italy for this re-equipping and retraining. Republic of China Nanjing, of course, has a lot of militia, 112 regiments. Ethiopia then second with 42. Japan has 23, Italy 22. We're training more motorized infantry. Germany has 124 regiments, Italy 17, Romania 5, Japan 4, Hungary 3, Iraq 1. All the other countries don't have motorized infantry. Paratroopers, only Japan and Germany have any. Germany has about twice as many. Mechanized supply regiments, Japan has 3, Germany has 2. Infantry support tank battalions, 7 for Germany, 6 for Japan, 1 for Italy. Tank destroyer battalions, 2 for Germany, 0 for everyone else in the Axis. Support regiments, rock towed. Germany has a lot of motorized support brigades, 3 here, 14 for Japan, 12 for Italy, 10 for the Republic of China Nanjing. Hungary and Romania 4 each, Serbia 1. Total strength, Germany has about many regiments and brigades as Japan, China Nanjing and Romania combined. Certainly as many as Romania, Italy and Japan combined. It's interesting that Italy has fewer regiments than Romania. Quite a bit. I guess our ground forces should still be expanded, but I think Romania has pretty much expended all its manpower at this point. Going to play on for a bit more, maybe until 23rd, 24th of May. And I should end the stream. Okay, finally our HQ is back here. It only has... Oh, wait. Oh, this is... Oh, okay. 21st. Oh. Yes. Second Army Corps arrived in Gibeon. I'm not what to do. Or I should attack HoI. Should wait on this front. Maybe I should wait on this front first. Where everything is okay. Further north. Let's launch a probing attack into Ahar. Ah, very good. We have 2 disorganized Indian divisions that we're facing. They keep in reserve some cavalry and Nepalese militia, which are both completely disorganized, and then a few HQs. The enemy 1st and 4th Corps and Lashkar Parsi, which is a Persian course. Excuse me, a Persian Corps command. We should probably easily win this battle. Further reducing the northern pocket. Larger one, a smaller one we already dissolved. In western Iraq. The 2nd Marine Division will go to Ethiopia. Still trading at a surplus. Let's see if we settle well. See if we can get metal from French state. Portugal seems less excited about trading. Saudi Arabia. Let's try if we can get rares from Saudi Arabia instead. We have the opportunity to trade. Include a treaty. Greece is willing to sell metal. Greece accepts a metal trade, which will about reduce our deficit by 1/3. Saudi Arabia agrees to 4 units of rare materials, which reduce our deficit by about 12–13%. French state declines. which is a shame. The Indians on the Turkish-Soviet border are completely disorganized. Being pursued by 18th Division, which out the commander of 18th Division. I'm not sure, maybe we can pick a less skilled commander. Okay, 1st Division has arrived in Kigoma. See, they will probably soon be under attack. Yep. Just to say immediately. Counterattack. It's only 1 division in Nihurivka. Trying to protect Linska. Interesting. Italy is unable to defend here for the Axis, even though we have a lot of brigades. We're holding the enemy back in Kigoma, at least momentarily. Looks like we're finally able to take Ardabil. see if we can start a pinning attack on Kosvin. Thus maybe I shouldn't be interrupting the enemy when it is to make a mistake and move more troops to the pocket. Although no, I do want to give my patient time to finally secure Ardabil. Watch out this commander as well. Okay, one more division has arrived in Bebehon. Is a infantry. Does it have two dry support regiments? Not the plan. These transports will go back to mainland Italy. Okay, the cutoff has happened. The news from Mozambique aren't that great, but at least northern Persia is isolated. Keep the pressure up. The CCNN division deploy more centrally. Infantry support tanks. I think here I need to attack soon. Attack. In order to slow down the British. Actually, the spare support regiment that I have can also be sent to Africa. I can integrate it into the militia brigades that I have. Strengthen them a little bit. We have a veteran army now. Better organization, regain rate, and land organization. There are some nice bonuses. I think we finished the production of some additional convoys. We will replace immediately. Running out of convoys would be a very big problem. Still trying to make sense of Germans. I don't see any real progress otherwise on the Eastern Front. Now Mwanza is under threat. My divisions still haven't retreated, so I'm going to have to counterattack. I think I need the Marine Brigade as well. Need every bit of support that I can get in Mozambique. Okay, one more province fell to the Axis in the Ukraine. Maybe we can link up with the Crimean Peninsula. See. Okay, cut off here has happened. Now the Soviets show up. Make sure we can destroy these Allied troops. We'll see if we have to fight Soviets as well here. Be interesting. Romania cancels a metal trade. We won the Battle of Dodoma. Under pressure in Dodoma. But there is a reserve infantry division moving in. I don't know if we'll be able to hold long enough, that's the question. Yeah, they're going to cut us off in Mwanza. Going to have to bring the fly air transport wing here. Get cut off. If I can supply my troops long enough, I might be able to break the encirclement. Very bad. They're fleeing north. Low infrastructure territory. of supplies as well. Due to poor infrastructure. I don't have my air transports anymore. Iraq, I need them elsewhere. Let's see if we can replace the lost metal trade. Good news on the trade front, very bad news on the tactical front. At least for Mozambique. Okay, we're nearing the end of the month here. We'll see to the success of a few more battles. This division is now under Persian command, apparently. Indian division. Overall, doing a pretty good job of clearing up this pocket in the north. This will free roughly division, unless we decide to create a second front against the Soviet Union. We'll wait for 19th Division to fully organize and fully mobilize. Then with this corps we will attack Yasui. Would flank Boucher, later attack Boucher. Okay, as our fleet is returning to Aden at the beginning of June, actually, I think we will take a break here. Some things, some aspects of our campaign have improved significantly. We're able to increase some of our stockpiles again. The oil stockpile is at least stable. So is fuel, at least beat on a very low level, and we are not losing money in the process. Some IC to reallocate as well. We're selling supplies to our allies and pretty much to anyone who's willing to pay hard currency. Persia has been going well. Not stellar, but well. We've been able to circle some divisions without too much opposition. Now we'll have to see how we can keep up. I think there is a chance. Also, there is a big opportunity. We can exploit a Soviet weakness. We could even give them a very hard problem to solve if we manage to destroy the allies who are weakened now, out of supplies, out of organization, and then break into Soviet territory, occupy oil fields in the South Caucasus. There's a chance here. There's also a chance, of course, to get Persia out of the war and possibly India, depending on how things go. At least out of the war, maybe even back into the war on our side. Front in Russia is, well, in the very south we managed to move it in our favor, and in the north at least didn't change too much against our favor. Although I do see Soviet push here south of the Altai Hills. I think Germany used to control more here. There was a small breach into the front that the Soviets managed to achieve. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Mediterranean is still secure from an Italian or Axis point of view. So I would still love, of course, to have more reserves at home. Africa, we might be about to face huge losses here. Some of our divisions are being driven north into very poor territory. Don't think I can supply them through here. And I'm not sure I'll be able to build up infrastructure in time. I have to see. There's a bottleneck here as well. This province with only 2 level 2 infrastructure. I think I should have paid more attention earlier, pulled back earlier and reinforced that part of the front. I was too hopeful that I thought I could take out the Belgian colony by pushing through the Central African jungle. And now I'm looking at quite a number of division and HQs that are threatened of being cut off. Probably going to have to move in a division here to block I'm already sending divisions east, getting more reinforcements into Eastern Africa, but we'll see if it's going to be enough. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with this. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good night, and I'll see you soon on the next stream. Take care.